industry you're trying to get into.
Yeah, guys, this is definitely very interesting. We're just going to move on to the next question, which is more about how should your resume look like when you want to apply for the role of a policy analyst? Because I know that sometimes in some countries, some employers want you to specify your resume in a particular format or emphasize on some things in your resume. So, we're going to be hearing from our guest here. I want to apply for a role of a policy analyst. How should I structure my resume?
Okay, I use a simple rule for any job I apply for, right? The rule is give them what they want, right? So if there's a job description that says we want you to have these skills, that skills, and these skills, we want to have, as a policy analyst, for example, we want you to have research skills. We want you to have writing concisely. We want you to have providing advice and recommendations to supervisors and all that.
Yeah.
Your resume has to specifically show that. You don't have to write it word for word, but it has to show that you have that skill. Because most times, more often than not, the first line of screening for your resume is done by a program, a system,
Yeah.
right? And that system would obviously, it's programmed to identify keywords from the job description. So if you don't add those keywords, then your resume is not going to the next level before someone sees it. The only way you would get to the next level without having those keywords is if the first line of review was done by human.
Yeah.
So if it's someone that does the review, you can say, oh, okay, this person might actually have the skills, right? But a program will not know. A program is just programmed to identify keywords. If you don't put those keywords in your resume, you're not going to the next stage. So as a banker or as whatever career path you've been before you become a policy analyst, you have to make sure that whatever you've done before is shown in your resume and it fits the skills that you would obviously have to show as a policy analyst. So the resume is just give them what they want.
Yeah.
With regards to education, for like most times, with regards to education, it's very, very hard to work around that depending on what you do. Because if, for example, you study
Geology.
yes. You study geology
Or
can
geography.
still, yeah, geography could still work if you're working as a policy analyst in the Ministry of,
I studied English. Oh, it still work too.
yeah, exactly, because writing skills, right?
Yeah.
So there are many
Yeah.
there are many education paths that would work for a policy analyst because they just feel like you, as far as you have the skills,
Yeah.
you can do the job basically.
I actually noticed I was looking at some jobs online. I noticed that sometimes they say even if you have your high school certificate,
Yeah.
you can still apply for the job. Especially in a place like Canada, like whether you have high school, the only thing is they just require you to have more experience, more years of experience in that particular area. So guys, even if you have high school, if you have a diploma, if you have a degree or maybe PhD or whatever you have, if you are able to align the experience that you need for the or that the job needs, it will definitely get you there. So I'm going to just switch to the next question. I just want to know. I know that sometimes when people are being asked